Today, let's look at a geopolitical chess game with high stakes. Russian President Vladimir Putin is gearing up for a visit to North Korea, his first in 24 years. It marks a pivotal moment in the growing alliance between Putin and North Korean leader Kim Jong Un and is very intricately tied to the ongoing war in Ukraine. So let's break it down. First, let's tackle the big question. Why is Putin meeting Kim in Pyongyang? Well, it's all about mutual benefits. Putin needs North Korea's help to maintain firepower in Ukraine. In return, Kim receives military aid that bolsters North Korea's threats against the US and its allies. This visit is not just about gratitude, it's about solidifying a strategic partnership. Kim Jong Un recently described North Korea as an invincible comrade in arms with Russia, celebrating their century-old strategic relationship and their meeting at a Russian space launch facility last year. This message comes amid speculation about Putin's upcoming visits to North Korea and Vietnam, highlighting the evolving nature of their ties. So what does Russia want? Primarily artillery shells, rockets, short-range ballistic missiles, and spare parts for Soviet-era weapons systems. With Ukraine receiving billions in new arms from the US and Europe, Russia is desperate to maintain its arsenal. But what does North Korea get in return? Well, a lot. They need cash, commodities, and technology for projects like submarine development and spy satellites. For North Korea's struggling economy, even small infusions of aid are really significant. So far, Russia has provided food, raw materials, and parts for weapons manufacturing. To understand the depth of this alliance, let's take a quick look at the historical relationship between North Korea and Russia. 1945 to 1948, Japan's colonial rule of Korea ended and the peninsula got divided into a Soviet-backed North and a US-backed South. 1950 to 1953, the Korean War broke out. Soviet and Chinese forces supported the North while UN forces backed the South. In 1970s, North Korea played the Soviet Union and China against each other to extract more aid. In the 1980s, Soviet aid reduces as the USSR seeks reconciliation with South Korea. Cut to early 2000s, Putin seeks to restore ties, visiting North Korea and hosting Kim Jong-il in Russia. In 2016-2017, Kim Jong-un accelerates nuclear and missile tests, while Russia supports UN sanctions. 2018 to 2019, Kim Jong-un engages in diplomacy but seeks stronger ties with Russia and China. In 2022, North Korea ramps up weapon tests amid the Ukraine war, blaming the West and showing support for Russia. Now, how might this meeting affect the war in Ukraine? Kim has been overseeing munitions production and testing weapons that could help Russia counter Ukraine's advanced system like the Army Tactical Missile Systems or the ATACMS provided by the US. Although North Korean weapons might not match US systems in quality, their sheer volume helps Russian forces keep Ukrainian troops pinned down and deplete US interceptors meant to protect major Ukrainian cities. Amidst all of this, what are the implications for the US? Well, the growing arms transfers between Russia and North Korea might have significant implications for the US. The increased North Korean military support to Russia will most likely heighten Ukraine's need for US and European military aid. In fact, as Kim receives more aid from Russia, he is likely to become more emboldened to ignore US calls for nuclear disarmament talks. Now, interestingly, this burgeoning alliance comes in the wake of the latest G7 summit where neither Russia nor North Korea was invited. The summit focused on strengthening global security and economic measures against these two nations. This exclusion only seems to push Russia and North Korea closer together. In fact, just ahead of his visit, Vladimir Putin has made a bold promise to North Korea. In a letter published by North Korean state media, Putin pledged to build trade and security systems that are not controlled by the West. In his letter, Putin highlighted the 70-year-old relationship between Russia and North Korea, emphasizing equality, mutual respect, and trust. He even thanked North Korea for its support to Russia's special military operation in Ukraine and vowed to support Pyongyang against what he described as US pressure, blackmail, and military threats. Putin's delegation will include high-ranking officials such as Defense Minister Andrei Belousov, Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, and Deputy Prime Minister Alexander Novak. The visit will feature one-on-one discussions, a gala concert, state reception, honor guards, document signings, and a statement to the media. In fact, commercial satellite imagery has shown that North Korea is likely preparing for a possible military parade in downtown Pyongyang ahead of Putin's visit. This evolving alliance between Russia and North Korea is a complex, multifaceted issue with far-reaching consequences. As Putin prepares to visit Pyongyang, we'll be keeping a close eye on the developments and what they mean for global security and the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. Stay tuned for more updates to India Today Global.